I am out here on my potager today and I am pulling onions, and I'm going to show you how to braid onions. Now actually what I'm doing is I'm fall planting, so I'm going to clear what's left of my onions here, and I'm going to put some carrots in for a nice late fall harvest. Now I think this bed is like yellow or sweet onions. This is just what I have left. I've pulled all of them so far all over the potager. And if you have onions, what you want to do is you want to wait till they fall over. So I'm pulling mine about 5 to 10 days sooner than I normally would. But we have had so much rain here in the Midwest. They're actually, some of them I noticed were starting to rot in the ground. So I'm yanking them so you can see what onions do as they fall over. And that's kind of your cue that they're ready to go. So these aren't bad. They're not the best, but not a bad size. And they will overwinter till about March or April. Oh, these look awesome. If they're small, I give them to the goats. These are not bad, considering we've had the weirdest weather. So my onions have been out here drying for about a week. I use a portion of our L-shaped porch, the southwest portion, to dry my onions out. And this is an awesome space. I call it my greenhouse, and I use it for starting seeds in February and March. And it's where I dry my onions. Now what you might like to do is go to the hardware store and just get like a $10 cheapy screen door and prop it up on something, bricks or cinder block, books, whatever. And you can dry your onions out on that because it's really ideal. This is not ideal. It is ideal to have air circulating around those onions so they can dry out for you. What I've been doing is I've been running a box fan on them nonstop. So what we're looking for, what you want to happen is for the tops to start to dry out and get a little crispy, and for the onion to start developing that papery skin. So it's just really the first couple layers of the onion drying out. When I pull mine out of the ground, I don't wash them off or anything like that. Don't wash your onions. And this is just a really easy way to do that, to dry them out. So it takes about a week. Sometimes it takes 10 days, but you'll see they'll start to just make sound when you pick them up. If you don't have a screen door, or if you choose to not do that, come around every once in a while and just flip your onions. I turn them over so they can get like a good rotation. So you can braid garlic and onions and shallots. In fact, these are the shallots I did last week. Nice big long braid for drama. And I hang these at the top of my cellar stairs. You can put yours in your basement or in your pantry. An ideal place is gonna be where there's not any sunshine, and that way they won't be encouraged to sprout. Now, these will last our family probably through February or March. Obviously, we eat a lot of onions. And I'll give you a little hint, okay? For all the gardening, you won't believe where I get these onions. I actually buy them, the little onion sets, I buy them at Walmart. Inside, not even the sets, not even the started ones, just little tiny dry onions inside at Walmart. $1.89, $2.79 a bag for about 80. I don't know what kind they are. It's like for all the heirloom produce I'm obsessed with, I get my onions at Walmart, and they do so well. A couple times I've broken with my tradition and I've grown my own from seed, or I've bought them from like a specialty nursery, and they just don't overwinter near as well. So that's my little secret. Get your onions at Walmart. And if you kind of procrastinate, they're like 50 to 75% off, and you can just get hundreds for like $8. It's ridiculous. Okay, so for braiding your onions, here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need some butcher's twine. If you're normal, you will use a scissors. I can never find mine. I always end up using my favorite knife for every project that I do. And you'll want to take your twine and make 3 equal lengths. Now I know some people, they don't run their twine through the length of the braid. I do. Some people just use the onion tops for support, but I do like extra support so they're not breaking off if I really go in and cut one off during the winter. And I do run my twine the length of the braid. So let's get started, and I'm going to show you how to braid onions. All right, I'm going to clear a little space here. Messy, messy, messy. I do love this little greenhouse workspace. It's perfect for all my crazy projects. Let's start with 3 onions. And I'm going to show you how I do it. I've actually never watched an onion tutorial myself. I saw braided onions when I first became a gardener, and I was like, well, shoot, that looks pretty easy. So maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe somebody else has a better method. Who knows? Okay, so I tie a double knot around the tops of the 3 onions, just like that. One more. Okay, I'm gonna do yellow. This time these are my yellow sweet onions. Now, you can do multicolor. The only problem with that is you will notice that sometimes certain ones will sprout earlier than others. Okay, let's show you how to get started. Again, if you can French braid, if you can braid onions, no big deal. So I always try to, I just keep running my hands down the twine while I'm working. So you take your 3 onions, and get them going like this. They can get a little tangly. Maybe not like that, don't let them fall apart. Okay, and you just grab your next onion, plop it right down on top, and cross over, just like a French braid. Next onion, and cross over. Now, it's really smelly out here because there's a good 500 onions. What you can't see is that they're also all over the floor. So that's another advantage to really letting your stems dry out. Oh, that's a white one, I don't want that one. Is the smell won't be as strong. But right now it is pretty potent out here. So I've got this one, and it's coming over the top. Sometimes I'm picky about which onion I grab. Take this guy, and I'm gonna set him right on top of the stack. Line his tops up with that middle piece. And then I'm gonna take the exterior one and go right over the top and do the same thing. Ooh, I'm tangled. There we go. So you can see it's a pretty substantial braid once you get going, but that strength is what helps it stay put, stay together when it's hanging all winter. That cuts it just a little bit much for me. Let's actually just get rid of some of these. A little too strong. There we go. Awesome. Now you can do your onion braids any length that you like. I like mine long for drama. I love seeing them hang there. Let's see here, let's cut this one off too. So we've got one done. It's a beast. These are heavy onions. Let's see, where's my hanger that I just made? Okay, let me show you this guy. Awesome, isn't that beautiful? I mean, what a treat to be able to go to your pantry or your cellar all winter long and just cut your onions. And what you do is you just cut it off the bottom as you go up, and you've got onions all winter. It's just beautiful. I like to actually give them as gifts if I have a few left over. So I have hundreds more onions to braid, but I've got my first one done, and I'm going to show you where I store them. This is actually the top of our basement stairway, And we swapped out an old French door from elsewhere in the house and made a nice little pantry. So this is where I do all my fermenting, my kombucha and sauerkraut. And then on the stairs, which go upstairs, underneath the stairs is where I hang my onions. And it's one of my favorite, most creative spots in the whole house. So pretty soon, that whole stairway will be full of onions and herbs for the winter. Just one of my favorite things.